everybody, welcome to Pettopia. My name is Sarah
and I'm Jenna.
And this is Jobeen. Welcome
to Pettopia.
Yes. So today I thought we would be doing a tank demonstration of how to set up a tank for a ball python because he needs a bit of an upgrade right now because he's in a very small tank. So Percy here is my ball python. He's only a few months old and we'll be upgrading his enclosure today, so we'll take you along with us. Okay everyone, this is Percy's new enclosure. This is a Marty made tank. I got it custom made to fit my shelving system, so it should be a perfect match for the shelf that it's going to be sitting on. This is roughly a 21-gallon wide tank. Okay, so for the substrate that we're going to be using, I'm going to be mixing some Repti-Bark from his old enclosure, which isn't very much. And then we have Exoterra, Rainforest, Substrate, and Forest Floor, Zoom-Ed Forest Floor that we're going to be mixing a bit of all of them in this tub here. The Rainforest substrate, has some moss in it. Ball pythons like to have a little bit higher of humidity levels, so the moss will help to keep the humidity high. Same with the forest floor, so it's good to keep it mixed up with all of them. So people use aspen bedding or paper towels, or if you want to use a mixture of all these things that I'm using, it is totally up to you. Just whatever you prefer to use. So we're going to be mixing all this up. So you want to get about an inch or two of substrate. If they want to dig around through it, they can. If not, it's pretty to look at, and we'll be misting it a little bit once it's in the enclosure, just so the moss can absorb some of the moisture and keep the humidity a little bit high for him. So we're going to be putting this in the tank. Okay, so I think I'm gonna need a little more than I was expecting. Yeah, so I'm gonna mix a little bit more of this stuff because it doesn't cover very much.
So where would you get items like this?
So this stuff you can pretty much get at any pet store, like the big ones like PetSmart, Petco has all this stuff. You can buy it off of Amazon. I personally don't like to buy things for my animals online just because I like to see what I'm buying. So I usually just go to pet stores and pick it up. Price depends on the size of bag that you want to get. It goes anywhere from $10 to $20, $25. And they last you a pretty long time, so it's not very expensive to get. So once you have the substrate down, you can decorate it however you like. It can be as simple or as complex as you want. Ball pythons like to feel really secure in their enclosures, so personally I think the more hides you have, the better places for them to get away from you, pretty much. And hide. So I have a couple hides here. I have this little cave that he usually likes to use. So I'm going to put that in one of the corners. I have some plants. There are plants that you can specifically get for like reptiles, again at reptile stores and everything. I think they're a little overpriced, so I don't usually buy them. I go to thrift stores like Valley Village. That's where I found these actually.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, these were like $2 for both of them, or you get like pretty big bunches of them for under $10. So you can just put them here however you want.
So you can like get creative and put stuff wherever.
Yeah,
really.
You can pretty much put any decorative pieces in here that they like to climb around and explore. So I have that one, and I have this pretty big piece of bark. It's good to have some rough surfaces for them. It helps them shed if they rub up against it to get all the shed off. I don't know, I might not use this. It's too big. They are also going to need a water bowl. Doesn't really matter what kind or size. Okay, so I have one hide, some plants, its water bowl. It is good to have 2 hides at least, like one on the cool side, one on the hot side. So I'll just, that bark piece I had was a little too big. I think the tank would be too crowded, but I could play around with it later. Just gonna use another one on the other side of the tank, just so he has an option if he wants to cool down or get a little hotter. Yeah, I'm gonna be picking up some more pieces. It looks pretty empty right now. I didn't have much stuff because his previous enclosure was so tiny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Because ball pythons like the higher temperatures, their hot spot is supposed to be between 88 and 96 degrees for hot spot, and then for the cool side it's anywhere from 75 to 80 degrees.
Okay.
They do like a higher humidity as well, so because it's a glass tank it doesn't hold humidity and heat very well, so people usually use foil tape on their screen tops to help hold the humidity in. Also, ball pythons don't really like light all that much, so light is not technically necessary. I use a ceramic heat emitter to heat it up. My heat emitter is hooked up to a thermostat, which is set to about I think 89 degrees, and yeah, the thermostat regulates the temperature on the hot side. It's really up to you if you want to use a heat mat as well. I don't use one. I don't think I need it. Like, the ceramic heat emitter keeps it hot enough for him. And yeah, that's about it. It looks kind of boring right now. Like I said, I have to pick up a few more decorative items, but it will get up better. Once I add more stuff to it, I will be posting some pictures, so keep an eye out for that.
So what are some essentials that people who are first-time snake owners, what are some essentials that they need to know about enclosures for snakes?
Most snakes do need hides because, like, they're really private creatures. They like to hide pretty much most of the time. They just like to hide away and be comfy. They get stressed out pretty easily, so usually rule of thumb is to have one side on each side of the tank, like I said, cool side or hot side, so they can regulate their temperature.
Awesome. And how deep of a water bowl should they have?
The water bowl should be big enough for them to be able to soak their whole bodies. It helps them with their shed. If the humidity in their tank isn't high enough, it helps them to soak their body to help get the shed off.
Awesome.
So I have put the doors and the screen top back on here. I will be getting some foil tape to cover most of the top except for the area where the ceramic heat emitter is going to be sitting to hold the humidity in. One thing I forgot to mention, you will need some thermometers, one for each side of the tank, one for the cool side, one for the hot side. The cool side, like I said, should be sitting at above 75 degrees, 75 to 85 degrees. Hot side should be sitting anywhere from 88 to 96 degrees, and that is Fahrenheit, obviously. And I think that's it now. So we are going to be placing Percy in here and let him explore his new digs. So let's see how this goes. Come on, little guy.
Oh, he's like, whoa, this is so new.
So much bigger than the one you were in. Oh, and he's going right in his hide.
There he goes.
That's his favorite hide so
Checking
far.
it out. Bye, Percy.
So the tank is obviously on my bed right now just for the sake of this video and setting it up. But it will be going on my shelf. I will insert a picture or another small video of where it's going to be permanently. And I'm gonna do a video of a feeding once he's settled in. Probably tomorrow because it's getting pretty late now. But yeah, at the end of this video there will be a small clip of me feeding him. So if you don't like that, I'll put a little warning before I show that footage in case some of you are not interested in seeing that. But should be cool. And that's everything, guys. Hope you like it. Bye. Okay everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave any comments down below if you'd like to see some more videos like this. If you want to see updates of how Percy's doing in his new enclosure. I do have a bunch of other animals I could do videos on, so if you want to comment some suggestions down below, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you!
Bye!